Nearly a year ago, shocking audio recordings were leaked. They contained racist statements made by 3 members of the LA City Council and an LA County labor leader. The scandal forced the resignation of City Council President Nury Martinez. Well, now there's a new podcast examining the scandal and includes an interview with Martinez herself.
And we'll press Nury to answer for what she said. Do you think there's an anti-blackness problem in the Latino community?
I don't know.
Well, joining us now is the host of Imperfect Paradise and the one who got Nury Martinez to talk for the first time since that scandal broke. Antonia Cereijido, thanks so much for being with me tonight.
Thanks for having me.
I want to just start by the idea that in your LAist article that you put out linking it to the podcast, you end your article saying there's certainly a section of the population that doesn't want to give her a platform. Why did you think it was important to give Nury Martinez a voice?
So we had planned to do a podcast about Nury Martinez much before we knew that she wanted to talk. And we really wanted to examine what her story meant about Los Angeles politics, Latino politics. I mean, for us, it's a long-form podcast. We can get into a lot of deep issues. And so we never intended it for it to be a platform for Nury, but given that this was a historic moment in Los Angeles and the person who's at the center of it has not spoken once we had the opportunity and she said she wanted to talk to us, we thought it was important, you know, for historical record, really.
And you made it clear to her that this wasn't about redeeming her.
No, I told her when we spoke, I was like, it's not my responsibility as a journalist to redeem you. You know, I am going to ask you fair questions. I'm going to give you the opportunity to respond, but how the public reacts to you is up to them, obviously. Okay,
so you got 6 hours with her. This podcast, the first episode dropped Wednesday. The next one will drop each Wednesday for the next 6 Wednesdays. 6 hours with her. Would you describe her as remorseful? How would you describe her?
I mean, I think she's remorseful. I think we knew that. She had already put out several statements apologizing. So it's not particularly news that she is regretful of what she said.
But a statement versus somebody's actual, how they carry themselves. What did you make of that?
Well, I definitely want people to check into the podcast and hear how she reacts, yeah.
Okay, if it's not remorseful as an adjective to describe her, what would you say her demeanor was like?
I definitely think she's remorseful, but really the purpose of the conversation is that I wanted to get into these deeper things of where what she said came from, and I really wanted to get the behind-the-scenes story of what actually happened on the council, because, you know, that conversation was very raw, it was very intense, and it was about a lot of things that were happening, and so I think we're pretty successful at getting like a behind-the-scenes story of what those tapes really represent.
I want to get your thoughts on the fact that Kevin De Leon, he's still on the council. He refused to resign. He was on that audio tape saying racist things. Why do you think that he has weathered the storm?
I think that for him, it did not feel as personal as it did for her. That's my assumption. You know, one thing that she did share with me was that she knew she had to resign given that it was going to impact her daughter's life.
Right, because she is a mom, of course, and
yes.
she's a local girl with quite a history, having grown up in Pacoima, San Fernando Valley. What has she been doing in this last year? Because it seems like she's really gone into hiding. And what's next for her?
Yeah, I heard multiple rumors that she had moved to Arizona or Switzerland. She did not. She's been here in Los Angeles, and yeah, she hasn't been leaving her house very much. She's been staying at home. I think, yeah, she's very frightened.
She's frightened for her safety?
I don't think she's frightened for her safety. I think at points she's been frightened for her safety. I think right now she's frightened for her safety, probably. Yeah.
Okay. Well, 6 episodes, as mentioned.
4 episodes.
Oh, 4 episodes. Thank you for pointing that out. You spent 6 hours, 4 episodes. The next episode drops next Wednesday. For all of you who'd like to listen to this, it is Imperfect Paradise. You can find it wherever you listen to your podcast, but please take a look at LAist, LAIST.com. That's where you can find it as well, and also the work of Antonia Cereijido. Thank you so much for being with me tonight.
Thanks so much for having me.
Great.